Good afternoon, Ms. Clara.
Hi.
We brought the good news that our DA drawing is approved by the council, and we have finished the construction documents, including the drawings and the specification. Your new home is one step closer to completion.
Oh, that's great.
Now we are in the stage of selecting the contractor and the suitable contract for our project. So instead of introducing tons of contracts for you, we would like to know more about your expectations for the project, like the contract timing, the cost, or is any risks you want to avoid?
Okay, well, me and my husband are still in Sydney and the COVID is still a serious problem. So we want to move to Mekos as soon as possible. Again, our budget is $240,000, including the design fees. And we want the lowest risk and of course the lower cost. And my husband and I still have full-time jobs, so we want the procedure to be simple and well controlled without sacrificing quality.
Okay, I see. According to your circumstances, the time is the priority. And referring to the client and architect agreement that you need a architect to administer, we have several options for you of contracts for you, which are the cost plus and the lump sum contract. The cost plus has relatively highest efficiency as response to your quick construction demand, but it's normally costly and misses quality controls. The cost might be out of control as well because it involves the payments of the seller for laminate, actual costs incurred the complete work, plus a fixed pricing seller's profit, which means you won't have a specific amount cost until the construction is finished. The other option is a lump sum. This kind of contract needs highly details of specification, detailed drawings and schedules, which means not only does it have a fixed price without extra cost, but also guarantee the quality. The main concern is the lump sum has a relatively slower time than cost plus. In our experience, a 3-bedroom residence and a lump sum contract will be built in 11 months. So even if your priority is about time, we still encourage you to consider lump sum if you accept the construction duration. Because you wouldn't vary anything about the price after the construction.
Yes, you're right. I think the duration of 11 months is acceptable for me, and I prefer the lump sum as you recommended. But I'm worried about the unexpected risk of paying off the lump sum, for example, like my contractor breaking through or a bushfire like that.
Yeah, it's indeed possible. To get rid of these risks, there are several lump sum arrangements that you don't need to pay for the whole thing before the construction. For example, you could consider the stage lump sum, which pay by stage, or the lump sum with profit, overhead and prelims, and provisional sum for the trades. The cost caused by the risks, like the bushfire, will be totally responsible for the contractor in a lump sum contract.
Great. Then I would like to use a lump sum contract, and I prefer the lump sum which pays in stages.
Cool. For the lump sum contract, we use the AD contract. Your project classification is a combination of Class 1, the single dwelling warehouse, and Class 10, the non-habitable buildings, which is considered as a small scale of the residential project. So we are using the AD simple work contract in a standard form.
Okay, and I noticed that you mentioned the administrator when you talk about the contract. Would you like to explain more? And are you able to inspect the construction for me? Because I'm quite busy and be far from the project place.
Yes, in our architect client agreement, our service will include the construction administration, in which architect will act as your representative in on-site and independent valuer and certifier. The administered contract for you is under the regulation of ABIC and AS 2924, which we will inform the contract. The role of the administrator will inspect the construction, keep the project on time, issue the direction and various orders and assess if it's complete in accordance with the contract.
Sounds good. When do we sign the contract?
After the selection, we'll prepare a detailed contract document for you and finalize our specification and detailed drawings and schedules. And we will prepare a tendering selection for you to compare the price and understand the market condition. We will contact you as soon as everything is ready.
Cool. Then see you at that time.
Thanks. See you then. Bye.
Bye.